Hi, welcome to Get a Clue, Casual Gamer, where we get a clue, C-L-U-E, about a game or a list of games, because today we're looking at another list, but I will try and tell you some information about each one quickly. Today we're looking at my wish list for 2023 as it stands today. We're in middle of May, and I waited until now because in the early part of the year you don't hear too many different games that are set to come out this year. But little by little, each month they keep on adding a little bit more information. A few Kickstarters come out, and so what I am looking forward to is this list. And right now I have 16 games on my 2023 wish list. I will say 2 of them are going to be honorable mentions because they are not in the casual level, and for this channel they will be honorable mention, not actual list. And then there are 6 this way that I have kickstarted, so they're paid for and I'm just going to wait for them to happen. And then I have another 8 besides them. So let's start off with the honorable mentions of my 2023 looking forward to wish list as it stands in mid-May. First one, honorable mention, is Earth. Earth is a game for 1 to 5 players, supposed to take 45 to 90 minutes. It is on the good, solid, medium level game. Well loved. The people who already have it love it. And basically it is a pattern building, hand management, tile placement game, which gives it a high thumbs up for me because it has that pattern building and tile placement, which are 2 of my favorite mechanisms. So that is Earth, and it is in the medium level. And the other medium level, it's really on the lower end of medium. It's almost, but not quite, almost in the medium light, but it's on the lower end of medium, and it is Hooky. Hooky is for 3 to 5 players, takes 45 to 60 minutes. It is greatly loved by the people who already have it and have been able to play it. It is a deduction game, and that's one of my other mechanisms that I like. I'm really bad at deduction games, but I like playing them, so go figure. I'm a glutton for punishment. So those are my 2 honorable mentions, Earth and Hooky. Now, the ones that I have kickstarted, I've really only kickstarted 3 different kickstarts, but one of them includes 4 small games. It's by the same people who gave us Mountain Goats. It was either last year or the year before. Mountain Goats, and they come in boxes like about this big and about that fat. I'm actually looking at Mountain Goats right now over there, and it's about this big and about that thick, and a very simple game. So and it actually was originally kickstarted in a 4 game set. I didn't know about it until after it had been given out to the Kickstarters and then became available in retail. And so I saw somebody's kickstarted Mountain Goats and went and got my own in the store. But this time I decided to get the 4 game set, and they are called Chomp, Couture, Mind Space, and Sail. Let's take them one by one. Chomp, I'm doing them alphabetical, you know. Chomp plays 1 to 4 players, takes about 20 minutes. We have no idea what the complexity or how many people will love it, because it's in Kickstart. No one, very few people have had the chance to play the, oh, what's the word? Yeah, prototypes. You know, but no one has the actual game. Only some people have played the prototype. But it is a pattern building, tile laying, open draft game. So I read those and I'm here like, chomp. Now the theme is dinosaurs. So, they're chomping. Yeah. Okay, so that's the theme for that first one. The second one, Couture, is all about couture. I am not the great couture person. I'm a V-neck t-shirt. If you watch all my videos, 99% of them I'm wearing a V-neck t-shirt because that's what I own a lot of. But Couture plays 3 to 6 players. The Chomp played 1 to 4. Couture plays 3 to 6. So you're needing a lot of people in this game. But it also only plays in about 20 minutes. Make it 30. They always tend to lower the time. But still, it's a quick game. Again, we don't know the complexity or how it will be received. But it is a hand management open drafting game. So hand management, open drafting, about clothes, couture. And it plays 3 to 6 players. Again, I will say, knowing the complexity levels of the first set of 4 games, they were all in the casual level. So that is what I'm expecting of these games and what I've heard of them. They're in the casual level, which is wonderful for this channel. The third one in that series is Mindspace. It plays 1 to 5 players in around 30 minutes. We don't know the complexity or how they're received, but it is a pattern building, dice and drawing. So that makes me think, I'm pretty sure it's a sort of roll and write type thing. Mindspace. I cannot remember everything about it, but I think, I did draw. There were 3 out of the 4 that I definitely was interested in, and the 4th one I was like, well, with what I get extra by getting all 4, if I don't particularly like it, I can always, sell it or give it away. But this one was not one of them. This one, I like roll and writes, so by reading that, I know that it's pattern building. I love pattern building, dice, and drawing, writing something. So that's Mindspace. I cannot remember if it actually has a theme built into it, or if it's just something that's, pasted on. And the final of that group is Sail, which is, like a ship sailing the seas is the theme. It is a 2-player only game, supposed to play in 20 minutes. Don't know the complexity, don't know how it'll be received, but it is a cooperative game, and it's a cooperative trick-taking game. I'm not huge on trick-taking games, which is why I say that I'm pretty sure that that's the one that was the least interesting to me. But a cooperative trick-taking game, I'd be interested in seeing how they work that. Fox in the Forest Duet created a 2-player trick-taking game. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they do it with the game Sail. Now, the other Kickstarters that I have are Point City, which is by the same people as Point Salad, which I do have Point Salad, and I love Point Salad. Very easy, very family-friendly, entry-level game that I love, and Point City is a take on that. It might be one step up in complexity, but not complex at all, still clearly in the casual level. And I love the artwork in Point Salad, and what I've seen in the prototypes for Point City looks really nice as well. Very clear, clean drawings. Plays 1 to 4 players, 15 to 30 minutes. It's a quick game, just like Point Salad is. Complexity 1.5, which is very casual level, and Point Salad is well loved, well received. So we're expecting Point City to be similarly. It is an open drafting set collection game, which is what Point Salad is an open drafting set collection game. So again, I feel pretty confident about Point City. First of all, that I will like it, and second of all, that there won't be major problems in receiving it because it is a well-known company now, and they've done well with Point Salad. And then the final Kickstarter for me is Purim, which is obviously Purim is the Jewish celebration of the book of Esther in the Bible, and when I was a teenager, the book of Esther. Here's a little insight in me. My parents were ministers, and when I was in high school, I used to read the book of Esther every Sunday during the sermon, because I had heard my dad speaking so much that if I tried to listen to him, I would just zone out because I was so used to his voice. And I found that if I read Esther, I could keep involved in it, and I knew it was my favorite book. I loved it. It read like a romance book, and so I know it really well, which is why I'm drawn to the game Purim, because I know quite a bit about the whole celebration of Purim, and so I kickstarted Purim. Why not? And Purim is a game for 1 to 4 players, supposed to play in 45 to 60 minutes. We don't know the complexity or how it will be received, but it is a cooperative, simultaneous action area majority game. That's what they're telling us. Those are the mechanisms of it. It's a cooperative game, simultaneous action, and an area majority. I don't know how that will work, but we will figure it out once I get it sometime, hopefully this year. And those are my Kickstarters. Now let's go to the non-Kickstarters that are definitely in the casual level. And we're going to start with back at the beginning of the alphabet with Bonanza Dahlias. Bonanza has been around for years, and the theme is beans. Beans, little, kidney beans, black beans, whatever, beans. And the company's coming out with the same game, but themed with dahlias, the flowers. So it's floral. Flowers are big right now as a theme. So they're putting out Bonanza Dahlias, and it's this. They tell us it's for 3 to 5 players. It plays in around 45 minutes. It is definitely in the casual level. It's a set collection hand management game. So there we go. So if you've ever heard of Bonanza, the card game Bonanza, this is the same game but with a new theme, dahlias, the flowers. The next one is a Phil Walker Harding game, because how can you go a year without a Phil Walker Harding game? And it's called Busy Beaks. Now, technically, it is coming from an Australian publisher. Phil Walker Harding is Australian, and he does things with this company, Joey. And Joey is supposedly family level games for families, and this is the third in their series, and apparently the first 2 were definitely child friendly. This one seems to be a little bit more complex, so it's more of an adult thing, but it's very firmly in the medium light level, so it's definitely in the casual level for us, for this channel. So like I say, it plays in about 30 minutes, 2 to 4 players, and it is set collection, and it's birds. Australian birds. So again, birds is a theme that's very popular right now. I have 2 bird games that are on my 2022 wish list still. So now I have one for my 2023 list, and it's a Phil Walker Harding game. And people who have played it have enjoyed it. So I have high hopes for it. And let's see, the next one is called Flip Town. Flip Town plays 1 to 4 players in about a half hour. It's on the higher end of medium light, getting kind of close to medium, but not quite. It's still definitely medium light. It is extremely well liked, those who have played it. It is a it's a tech tree roll and write, I think. I do know that somehow in the game, if I remember correctly, you're trying to create a good poker hand, but you're using, I think, dice to do it, I think. Maybe it's flipping. I don't know. Flip Town. All I know is that it's a casual game, 30 minutes, and you're trying to create poker hands somehow as part of the game. Yeah, that's all I know about it. It's got a Western theme to it. So Flip Town is a Western theme. Then we go back to Japan. The game is called Let's Go to Japan. And the history of this game is interesting. The designer had planned this visit to Japan, and then COVID hit. And during COVID, to try and fight the frustration of not being able to go and do everything he had planned to do in Japan, he created this game about all the things he had planned to do in Japan. And so it's called Let's Go to Japan. And it plays 1 to 4 players, 45 to 60 minutes. It is definitely a casual level game. It's not difficult. It's well liked by the people who have played it. It's a set collection, closed draft and story game. So there's closed drafting where you're picking stuff up, but somehow it's not an open draft, it's a closed draft. I need to read up on the difference between an open draft, where I guess an open draft is you see what you're getting. The closed draft is you're choosing something and you might not know all the information about it, maybe. But it's that and set collection and storyline. There's a story to it because you're visiting Japan and you're collecting things from different places in Japan on your trip. Let's go to Japan. Next is My Island, which is a Reiner Knizia game. There's a game called My City. I have it over there. My City, it's a legacy game, just like My City. My Island. It plays 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 minutes per legacy game. It's a definitely casual level. My City is definitely a casual level game, and so My Island is supposed to be the same. It's a tile placement legacy game. Tile placement, I like that. If it's anything like My City, they will be polyomino shaped, Tetris shaped pieces that will be going on your board. So My Island is the most recent Reiner Knizia game on my list, my wish list for 2023. And then the next to the last one is Oh My, Orchids. There's actually a period and an exclamation point. So it's Oh My, period, Orchids, exclamation point. It plays 2 to 5 players, 20 to 30 minutes. It's definitely on the lower end of casual level game. It is hand management and set collection. You manage what's in your hand and you collect sets of something, of orchids maybe, or maybe how to take care of orchids and how to, I don't know it, I don't remember it all. I just know that I've seen videos about it and gone, I got to add that to my list. That's my wish list now. So yes, so that's a simple game as well. Definitely on the lower end of casual. And also on the lower end of casual is my last one, which is, who knows how to pronounce this? Everyone is not sure. I'm going to pronounce it 3 different ways and tell you which one just going to call it. Savernake, Savernake, and the one that I prefer is Savernake Forest. Savernake Forest. 2 to 4 players, 20 to 40 minutes. The low end of casual. It is well liked up to now, those who have been able to play it. It is pattern building and tile placement. Hello, why is it on my list? I just told you why. Of course, a forest theme is there. And it's interesting. And from what I can tell, the box is not a really big box. It's one of those medium boxes. So I'm interested in seeing what all is involved in it. But it is a pattern building, tile laying game, Savernake Forest. And that is it. Those are my 16 wish list 2023 games as of right now in mid-May. I'm sure I'll be adding more to this list. I know last year I have like 26 to 28 that I own that came out last year, and another 28-ish on my wish list that came out last year still. That's clearly over 50, almost 60 games from last year, and I'm just down to 16 right now in this year. So yeah, more will be added at some point. I own none of these. I don't think I own any yet from this year. Hold on a second. Let me see. No, these are all, yeah, I do not own anything from this year as of yet. So, it's almost halfway through and I don't own any yet. Well, I have 6 in Kickstart. Does that count? Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, happy gaming, and God bless you and your family. And tell me, have you heard of any other 2023 game that is not on my wish list that I might be interested in? I'm always ready to add more to my wish list. So in the comments, just let me know. Until then, bye.